Greetings from Johannesburg. I'm in South Africa, and as I often do when I'm on the road, I'm doing a video. It's when I have the most downtime and can do a video and take the time to upload it and all of that. And I haven't done one in a while. So in February, this is my third continent this month. Brussels, the U.S. here, and something that I wanted to, as I was thinking about what could I do a video about, I thought of one of the big lessons I've learned being in Europe. At the end of this month, so by tomorrow, I will have finished 9 months in Europe. That's 3/8 of the way through my assignment here. It's cruising right along. Another quarter, I'll be halfway there. So one of the things I've learned is to kind of slow down. And slow down isn't exactly the right term, but to quit being so anxious. And the reason I say anxious is because I think that anxiousness makes us fill our time with activity, not necessarily progress. So some of the big differences between working in the U.S. and working in Europe, when in the U.S., especially like at agencies or at tech companies, when you leave work, a very common phrase to hear or to even say is, "I'll be on email later." You know, if you need anything, let me know, I'll be on email later. Now you're doing this way to be nice. The sad truth is you will be on email later, regardless if anyone needs you or not. In Europe, people don't say that. Now, if there's a big project or something going on, people will have no problem working late. But you don't hear people when they leave the office say, "I'll be on email later." Like when people go home, they go home. Kind of attitude is, whatever's here will, unless it's has to be done tonight or by tomorrow morning, it'll still be here tomorrow morning. So I'll do it then. And that's been kind of a nice pace. I think, not that I still don't do a lot of stuff late at night, not that I'm not still writing or reading or doing other stuff, but I'm not filling my time with random things like checking email as much. In fact, and that's not totally true. I'll still check email a couple times a night just to make sure there's not anything major, but I rarely respond. Because I have learned that there is a correlation between the amount of email you send or reply to and the amount of mail you receive. So I think that's really kind of the main thing that I've learned, is really just to kind of not be so anxious. 3, 4, 5 years ago, I was a very anxious person. People who knew me knew I was a million miles an hour, always almost running at a frantic pace. And what that usually got me was I would achieve my goals, and I would get to where I wanted to be in the market, and I would typically get there about 2 years early, or a year early, which oftentimes is too early. Being too early is just as bad as not doing anything at all. It's probably even worse, because then you went through all the effort to do what you wanted to do, and you still got there early. Now, if you're in a position where you can wait it out and bide your time until the market catches up, that's great. But being early is bad. Too early. Being too early is bad. How's that? So, I've learned to Europe and EMEA, Africa as well, has taught me to slow down a little bit, to not be so anxious. Things will get done. There's plenty of time to do everything that you want to do. And that's, coming from someone who turns 40 this year. So there's plenty of time. Unless, of course, there isn't. But you can't do anything about that. So, keep moving, make progress, but you don't have to be anxious about it. You'll get there. That's what I've learned. Have a great week.